You kill him with kindness. Please die.
Wind Ranger, meanwhile, making his way towards that Grepnir. Definitely the right item, especially as you are playing up against a Morphling and an Earthshaker. Not to mention, it is a good counter mechanism against the pit, against the Fiend's Gate, once it comes out. And in fact, Morphling's actually not going for that Lincoln Sphere. Ren's actually going for that Manta style, probably to
Lincoln would be way
dismantle the
too
silence
aggro.
first.
For sure, Lincoln would also just be way too not aggro. Sorry, way too greedy. Right? You need to be able to have maybe a little bit more of that split push potential, not just in terms of not being caught out, but also just in terms of the extra damage as well. You're not out split pushing a Lycan if you're going for a Lincoln's Fair first. And Melojewel in middle lane is looking to engage, perhaps. No, just threatening it. He's just threatening. But we've got to get an eye out on mid lane. That's where Sniper's already gone. The Fiend's Gate might be out, but Ethereal's being forced away. That Blink Dagger is going to be useless inside the Sandstorm. Power Shot as well as a Silence. Earthshaker is useless, and so is FSD. They're being overrun, and with a big bad wolf in middle, Actor's got nothing to do but pretend like he doesn't belong here. The Huck's got the double. He'll get the tier 1, and they might just get 2. That top lane's looking mighty juicy.
Yeah, and this is what DMS love to do best. I mean, this is what DMS do best, right? They love to just group up as 4 or 5. As soon as the Hawk has taken down that bot tier 1 tower, he's instantly rotated himself towards that mid tier 1, and HYDRA completely botched that team fight. Ethereal was in the position to be using his Echo Slam, but simply was unable to. Sand King came in, swept the sniper from right under Ethereal, and Ethereal was essentially just trying to chase down the Sand King.
It's also really good awareness at Melojewel because of the traveling Sandstorm. It effectively acts like a radius against the Blink Dagger, right? So as long as he blinks in first, he doesn't need to actually get the bar strike even. He just needs to be nearby so Ethereal is disabled. Because without Ethereal, you have 0 counter initiate. You don't have a chance of winning this.
Things are not looking good for HYDRA right now. 8k net worth lead already at the 15-minute mark is just...
All 3 of their cores are also outstripping anyone from HYDRA. So you don't have a single hero. You don't have one guy who's going to come through and say, it's okay, guys, just wait till 20 minutes and I'm going to make this work.
Not to mention that you have no signs that the pressure is going to let up at any time, right? You need the Morphing to have at least 2 or 3 items before he's even close to ready to fighting some of these heroes over on the side of DMS. Your Earthshaker is not snowballing. He's making his way towards that BKB. We haven't really seen any Echo Slam come out just yet. We haven't really seen any successful smoke come out. Sure, you do have
Melo's
these
going in
defensive
again.
heroes.
Melo's found Ethereal. This is going to be another freebie. Ethereal's got no chance of staying alive. You've got the big bad wolf running after you as well. Melo finishes it off. That completed Bloodstone is just giving him all the extra AoE, everything you really want. This is getting preposterous.
Oh, meanwhile, Shigetsu on the top lane. He's in a bit of trouble. Assassinate going to hit on him. He still has 500 HP to boot. Wind Run available, and he's just going to run out another failed rotation by HYDRA. And this time, they're actually going to pay for it in the form of the tier 2 tower down towards bot lane.
Ren might be forced back to Fountain over here as well. No, he's okay. He's fine.
The problem,
Still just the pressure,
though, is yeah, exactly. And this is what we were talking about, right? The fact that you have the Wind Ranger plus the Lycan combination, if you are expending too many resources onto any one of these heroes, the other one is going to be on the opposite side of the map, taking down your objectives. And now, the tier 2 tower down bot is gone. Melojewel is just in total control of your Ancient, and slowly but surely, HYDRA, they're collapsing.
I would love to see a stat about how many enemy jungle camps Melojewel has killed, because it's got to be a lot of them.
He has 200 last hits. He's consistently staying above the 11 last hit per minute mark.
Ever since he got the level 3 Sandstorm, he's just been out of lane. He's just been farming everything. He's just been completely uncontested. And this is also where the problem of having these weak supports comes in. Sniper and Tinker feel like they don't exist right now. we're not getting anything from them. All of these rotations aren't working out. The heal isn't really looking effective. The sniper support is not giving you anything either. And now Melojoul just gets to wreak havoc across the map.
Oh, did he not spot out Actor?
Yeah, might have been just out of vision because of the trees.
Actor does have that Crimson Guard, so that is a lot of physical damage block that he can provide for his team. Couple that up with the Tinker, but it might not even matter as FSG is just gonna get blown up. That Crimson Guard is going to buy Actor some time. He should be able to make it out of here. Only one casualty so far.
Maybe not just the one. Top lane, that's the Morphling going down. Ren thought he was safe, but Melojoul is global in every sense of the word. The Skywrath already being there as well. Seems like he is a necessity to be able to burst down the Morphling, but positioning's been fantastic.
And man, this pressure is not going to let up anytime soon. And Ren is really trying his best. He needs to be making this kind of space. He needs to be trying to go for these kind of rat plays. But it's just so hard. Just with that Manta style, he doesn't have the Lincoln Sphere, so he can't insta waveform out once it pops. He's very heavily reliant on that Manta style. As top lane, still have not seen an Echo Slam come out.
Not a good one, at least.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He did farm up a lot of ancient stacks with that Echo Slam. That
there you
got
go.
him his blink.
That's good. We didn't talk about what happened after the blink, but you know.
As the Hawk, he's TPing himself towards that top side, as DMS are probably going to make a play for that Roshan. 1 in 16 now, 12k net worth lead up for them with that Aegis. They're probably going to mow down those tier 2 towers. The good thing though for Team Hydra is that they do have a very strong high ground defense.
And you say that, and I don't think I agree with you. On paper, you're right. But with the way these pickoffs are going and with the way Sand King's been able to accrue up farm, Belchers, at some point, you just spark the Sand King up on the high ground. He's on 13,000 net worth right now. You know what the highest net worth is on the Radiant? I know you know because you see it, but it's in 3 minutes, Sand King's gonna have double the net worth of the highest Radiant net worth.
Oh, and DMS are actually just going to take down the Tormentor as well. I have to say, DMS, they struggled a lot in the previous CCT series. This time around, they're actually beating out some of the favorites. They beat Abulus. They're doing so well. They're actually looking like a pretty good contender. As speaking of contention, they're just going to blow up Ren.
No contention there.
Yeah. Okay, so coming back to my last point, I'm going to correct myself and I'm going to say that Hydra have a really good throne defense.
Okay.
You know, like, we can give them that.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I guess. There's 16k lead in 21 minutes. Actor can't do anything here. Maybe just the one support kill, but even that doesn't seem likely. I mean, look at how incredibly mobile Melojoul could be. He doesn't have the travels, but it feels like he does because all of your tier 1s are up. Top lane, they're trying to go in onto the Wolf, but that might not be what you want to do. FSD is down, and Ethereal is no different. It's now going to be the Sniper up next. It's runtime piggies, but it really isn't going to do much, and I think that high ground defense is going to need to happen sooner than maybe you thought.
I mean, there's no one to defend the high ground.
They'll be back. Don't worry, they're low level. They'll be back. That's the one advantage you have.
Glyph going to come out will force DMS back temporarily. The Underlord and the Tinker going to respawn. The March of the Machines will be available as Ren is making his way down to take that Watcher, which is an objective of its own.
It's an objective, yeah. I agree. Ren's going for the Lincolns.
Sand King has a Shivas.
Yeah? Oh. mean, listen, Ren might still end up going down over here. Shigetsu's got the focus fire and a lot of extra damage, and he also has company coming in soon. There's an invisible AIK who comes through, snipes it with the Purify as well. This is diabolical.
I mean, he got 288 gold. He gave it all to his team. That's a combined total of around 1,000 gold for his team. So,
Yeah?
I mean, listen, man. It's an 18k net worth lead at 22 minutes in. As the scoreboard is 23 and 2. You have to give me a break, guys.
I'm
I'm
giving you
trying
a
my
break.
best to.
It's-
I'm trying my best to like, be optimistic.
Right? I'm optimistic. I am. Now, listen, Ethereal is not helping my optimism.
I
Right,
think
now, but he
Ethereal
lives,
is a
he
bit too
lives.
optimistic right now. And
He
he
lives.
actually survives. He doesn't even have a
Yeah.
TP to get back for 5 seconds. But
It's okay.
Team DMS, they've actually just chosen to leave him be. They don't even consider him. They don't even want to chase after him. They just want to go high ground.
They've got a minute left on the Aces, right? So that's what they're thinking of. Hey, let's maybe just throw some bodies to the tower and see if we can get anything done. But before that, the top lane, Melojoul is again initiating in onto Actor, and there isn't going to be a stun ready after the bar strike's already been used. So Actor's going to be okay getting out of there. So Aegis will expire, and we will go back to just some more standardized play. But when you've... yeah, Aegis doesn't seem like it's the most meaningful thing necessarily that will be necessary for DMS to push forward.
Yeah, and once the 20 seconds of the Aegis, once that expires, is going to be a bit more difficult for DMS to push up high ground. Now, in all seriousness, though, you do have a lot of abilities for Wave Clear. You have the Fisher, you have the March of Machines, you have the Shrapnel, you have the Firestorm, you have the Waveform. Not to mention, you have Ren who can essentially transform into the Wind Ranger and just power shot down the waves. So you have infinite wave clear. So as long as you don't allow DMS to come inside your base, as long as you're not caught out of position, it can potentially work.
It does feel like DMS need to go for a fight before they can actually get the push together for sure. But the question is, are they willing to fight in deep? Right, you also do have a couple of natural pipe builders and everything, right, in the form of Omni Knight. Theoretically, Omni Knight could go for that direction. He's got 1,800 gold in the bank as well, but pipe with its big nerfs that came through in the last patch, not as good anymore either.
But towards that boss side, Fiend's Gate actually going to pop up. Actor trying to chase down the Sand King, but won't be able to find him as Melojoul is just too quick. And now, DMS, they're actually encircling on Actor. I do not think that he sees this right now. The Wind Ranger Shigetsu with that Shackle Shot going to pin Actor down, but no follow-up just yet. DMS are choosing to play this very careful as HYDRA, they are on the side here. Glepnir onto FSD. Sand King waiting for his mark.
Sand King decides not to go in over there. He was a little bit afraid about the bit of despair coming through. Almost actually walked into that one, but still. Now comes the chance to push in. Melojoul coming in from up top. The initial Glepnir as well. It's a double burrow strike. Melojoul's going to be able to find FSD. FSD's a dead man, and Actor might be soon to join him. Actor, though, with a bit of malice, will be able to keep Melojoul away. Melojoul's got the Bloodstone activated, so it feels like he's not taking any damage. Break it! There's that Echo Slam you were looking for. A death on the Wind Ranger, and they're fighting back. It's in the trees for Melojoul, and he will be caught out, but the Shackle somehow not landing. Waffling Shackle not able to find a tree behind him. Melojoul will be retreating. It's a 1 for 2 and a buyback on Tinker, but that is more than worth it. They have delayed what seemed like the inevitable.
Not to mention, it was Ren who actually got that kill, and he got 1,600 gold from that kill onto the Wind Ranger. So he should be able to complete his Lincoln Sphere up, and this is exactly the kind of high ground defense that we were talking about. DMS have to be so careful to go up on that high ground, particularly against that looming threat of the Echo Slam, the March of the Machines, which is constantly going to provide the sustain for HYDRA to stay in that fight. And that Underlord is so tanky with that March of the Machines and with the Crimson Guard that he has built up. So DMS, they can't afford to be going in like this because the Wind Ranger is the is the majority of their damage past that epicenter.
I'll take your tribute.
I do like the fact that James, the sniper, has gone for an ATOS, by the way. It's quite nice. It's very good up against how annoying the Sand King has been. And it also makes it so you, as the Omni Knight, have 2 targets that you want to try and put the repel on.
And Melojew's actually gone in for that boost of travel. I think DMS are kind of underestimating HYDRA at this point, or actually overestimating just how ahead they are. Sure, it's a 22,000 net worth lead. Sure, HYDRA only have 3 kills, but it's not. They're faced up against a mountain, but it's a mountain that they can climb if you're not careful. I think the next timing for DMS is going to be that Aegis. I don't think that they're going to be pushing up high ground. I think they're probably going to be waiting it out. If HYDRA are caught out of position, that's going to be ideal for DMS, but I don't think with this Lincoln Sphere coming up for that Morphling, I don't think that he's a target that's going to be very easily killable anymore.
There's also the Aghanims that is now almost complete, or is complete rather, on the Earthshaker now coming forward, right? So you've got extra mobility for him. You've got a little bit of extra damage coming out from him in that regards as well, being able to come in and out of fights. Maybe use 2 fissures across the entirety of it.
Oh, FSG's got out towards that top side. We'll be able to use the Mars to clear up that wave though, so overall, not bad, not bad.
And he gets his 25-second dieback timer.
It's kind of horrible, but all things considered, it's not bad.
Look, the death of a Tinker is nothing more than just, satisfaction for DMS. It's nice, but oh no, they want to go all the way in. Never mind, they want to be pushing in. It's going to be the initiation for Melojewel. James caught out, but the Glimmer Cape will save him. Actor as well being forced away. Melojewel's a menace, and now with the Nullifier on Actor as well, it's hardly helping. Now comes into Hawk as well. BKB up, Actor is down. He doesn't have buyback, and although the sniper will be pulling that one together, Shigetsu's focus fire hasn't even been used yet. Now again, playing forward.
Where's the Earthshaker though?
Out. Ethereal's going to be unable to use that Aghanims. There's no buybacks on anyone. This might be it.
Ethereal was just jumping around the base rather than going for that Echo Slam. Perhaps his Blink Dagger was disabled, but he has that Blink in from that totem. Of course, he didn't have that BKB as he was forced to TP out when he was caught out in that bot jungle. As DMS are just going to steamroll over HYDRA's base.
Well, you talked about climbing a mountain. They might be crushed underneath the weight of it instead. HYDRA lose 2 lanes of Raxes, and DMS are not necessarily done yet. Without the Earthshaker fighting into them still seems impossible. And again, I repeat, Shigetsu hasn't used his focus fire, so if you want to just mow down this tier 3 just for good measure, you can always pop that one forward.
Probably going to do that as Ethereal is going to respawn within the next 10 seconds, so whatever DMS is planning, they have to do it right now. And it looks like they might just be going back as Roshan has spawned as well, so they're probably going to secure themselves up that Rosh and go for the safe play. Of course, HYDRA can choose to contest this, and I really do think that they should. They do have quite a lot of abilities to be going up in that Rosh pit. The Sand King does not have that BKB. The Wind Ranger does not have that BKB. In fact, the only one with the BKB is the Lycan.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, but you've got Repel.
I mean, there's no way you fight high ground against that Aegis. As HYDRA will choose to contest, and DMS, they have plans of their own. They've smoked up right outside of the Rosh pit, in fact, and it looks like there's going to be engagements all in. A 2-man Swallow Strike onto Ethereal, but he just activated his BKB, and now he's trying to turn it around, but there's no damage. Ren, he's forced to back out. Ethereal's going to end up falling 3 down now for HYDRA, as Ren is forced to get back. Meanwhile, Tinker with the marches towards that Rosh pit, they're not there, buddy.
Yeah,
as
well,
the GG call is just going to seal it.
Feels like it was inevitable, and Ren's demise will put a cherry on a DMS dominate. 3-33. And I don't think there were any questions about who the MVP of that game was for me for DMS. I mean, Melodrule just took that game by storm from beginning.